Now, the governor of the Russian city of Belgorod says that 2 children were killed and several people injured as a result of a Ukrainian strike on the city centre. A residential area is said to have been hit in the city, which is about 80 kilometres or 50 miles north of the Ukrainian city of Kyiv. It comes a day after Friday's massive bombardment of Ukraine, the biggest of the war so far. Ukraine's President Zelensky says at least 39 people were killed in that attack when 150 Russian missiles and drones were launched at cities across Ukraine. The bombardment has been overwhelmingly condemned at an emergency meeting of the UN Security Council. Many countries said hitting civilian infrastructure had violated the international rules of war. Let's speak now to our reporter Zana Bezpiatchuk, who's in Kyiv for us. Can you just talk us through those attacks on Friday on such a huge scale, weren't they?
Yes, so far we can say that there is the file number already of all missiles and drones that attacked Ukraine. Altogether 158 drones and missiles of almost all possible times. So it's definitely the biggest number since the beginning of the Russian invasion in February 2022. All main Ukrainian cities all across the country were damaged, targeted by Russian missiles and drones. And the Ukrainian president has said that altogether 120 Ukrainian cities, towns, villages were affected by this particular attack. It came in a few waves. For example, in Kyiv, it's confirmed for now that 16 people were killed, and some people still, even now, when we are talking, stay under the debris in one of the districts of the Ukrainian capital, and rescue works, they continue. There is a hope that these people can be saved. Almost 160 people altogether all across the country were injured, and also over 30 people were killed. Yeah.
Then came, of course, Ukraine's retaliatory attacks.
Yes, and far in advance, before this large-scale attack on Ukraine, the Ukrainian military intelligence said it very clearly that if Russia attacks Ukraine on a large scale during the winter with the goal to disrupt infrastructure, first of all, power stations, and if it attacks also the civilian population in the Ukrainian cities, which happened actually. So then there'll be the retaliation, there'll be the response. And for now, Ukraine relies mainly on combat drones. We got the reports from Russia that also the missiles were launched against Russian territories overnight on the 30th of December. But that's an open question, and this information obviously has to be verified, because the part of the agreement that Ukraine has with the Western countries, that it can't use large-scale missiles supplied by the Western partners to target anything in the Russian territories. It can use them only to liberate own territories, including the Crimea.
Yeah, and Zana, there have been reports of more Russian troops moving towards the border. Have you heard anything about that? If so, what can you tell us?
I tried to verify this information from Ukrainian sources. So far, it's not confirmed. Some reports of Russian build-up on the borders, they come time from time over the war, and especially during the winter season, as we saw it at the beginning of this year, 2023, in January, February. So I think we just have to observe for now. And obviously, Ukraine relies overwhelmingly on the sources in the British and US intelligence organizations just to get the accurate assessment what is actually happening on the borders.